This is Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom, words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I hope that you will consider this your vitamin or your supplement for your mind and heart. And wherever you download podcasts, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom and leave a rating or brief written review? It would be very, very helpful if you would do that. Today I'm going to do a first for Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. I'm going to talk about a book that I would urge all of you to buy. It's called The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod. And I have enjoyed all of the writings of Hal Elrod, and periodically I listen to his podcast as well. His book on the Miracle Morning really sort of transformed my morning routine. His book about his automobile accident years ago, they've all been very helpful, but I have really profited and enjoyed The Miracle Equation. And so it's just going to be a little bit of a brief review today and just hitting the extreme high points of the book. One of the things that he talks about, there are actually two things that go into the miracle equation. The first is we have to have an unwavering faith. This is the conscious choice that your every thought, word, and action will be aligned with your goals or commitments, meaning you have to have unwavering faith. As you all know, I'm a person of faith, and so I just don't believe you can live very well without faith. But he's talking about having unwavering faith. You must have that because life is going to give you some ups and downs. You'll have some setbacks, but believe in who you are and what you're doing. And then the second thing that he says that goes into the miracle equation is extraordinary effort. Extraordinary effort, according to Hal Elrod, is what empowers and enables you to create the life of your dreams. And it's in the taking of massive action towards your goal or goals that results turn you into your reality. Now, what he's talking about, what is it that we're going to do? And one of the quotes that came from the book says, success or failure is based on how you respond to the drama in your life. I'm old enough now that I've come to believe there's no such thing as a drama-free life. Everyone's life is filled with drama, and it either makes you tough or tougher, or it breaks you into pieces. How you respond to life. It's going to take an unwavering faith that there's a God who loves you and he cares about you. It's going to take some extraordinary effort to do the things that you need to do. And another quote, it's actually from Confucius, is our greatest glory is not in never falling down. Everyone falls down, but it is in rising every time we fall. That's what unwavering faith is. You have an unconquerable faith that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not here on accident. I'm here on purpose, and I'm going to keep moving forward. It's what Hal Elrod calls unwavering faith. Someone also stated in this book that, what if I told you there is no way to happiness? Well, that would be very sad for most people. This person goes on to say, happiness is the way. You have to find the joy within yourself. You have to find the joy from the Lord. Happenings are not always going to make you happy because some of the happenings aren't very happy. The root word of happy and happenings is hap, as in happenstance and haphazard. And so happiness for many of us is depending on the events of our lives, but joy is an inside job. You can't always control what happens to you, but you do have control over how you think and you feel about what happens to you. And sometimes you're just going to have to pray and believe and work your way through, but you do have control over your attitude. How you spend your days is the greatest measure of who you're becoming. We just talked about that. Life does not just happen accidentally. There aren't some people who just make it and other people who don't. Every day is a building block, not only for your future, but it's a building block for who you are becoming. So how you spend your days. First of all, do you have an unwavering faith? A faith in God, a faith in what He has called you to do, a faith in what you believe you are to do? Then you're going to have to cling to that, because there will be dark days and there will be obstacles. And I know you get sick and tired of hearing me say that, but it's a part of life. Everything does not always go your way. And you are in control of your effort. I mean, some people put in little effort and expect that they're going to reap huge results. It takes effort to move the ball forward. It takes effort to become the person that you are intended to become. Live every day like your life depends on it. Suzanne and I were just reminded yesterday after church. We went out to eat with a couple of ladies that we've known for a long time. One is a retired missionary friend of ours. Years ago in the 1990s, she and her husband did a faith promise service in the church that we were pastoring at that time. And we were having a wonderful time of dinner after church. We laughed, we reminisced, we talked about the good old days, we talked about the present, we even talked about all the things that all of us had planned for the future. And that dear lady, and a shout out to Norma, because she is one of the subscribers to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom, she took a bad fall and is right now, as I'm speaking, having emergency knee replacement surgery. None of us saw that yesterday at lunch. You have to live every day as if life depends on it. And yet I meet so many people, because none of us have control of the future. We don't know what our health is going to do. We don't know what kinds of setbacks there may be. You have to live each day as if your life depends on it, because guess what? Your life does. Not any one of us is promised tomorrow. So quit putting off till tomorrow. A matter of fact, taking massive action or extraordinary effort, as Hal Elrod takes, is the only cure I know for procrastination. Procrastination says, why do today what you can put off till tomorrow? But if you get out of bed today and make up your mind that you're going to take massive action and you're going to get some things done, that's what will move you forward. So if I had a word of advice, if there's only one word that you would pick up out of this podcast today, that would be live every day like your life depends on it, because friend, it's done. It's true. Live today. It's all that we're promised. It's time to take full responsibility for your life. Quit blaming your parents, quit blaming the teachers, quit blaming the school system. Yeah, even quit blaming the district superintendent. Take responsibility for your own life. If you don't like where you are, quit pointing your finger at everyone else and ask God to show you what changes you need to make in your life to change. Quit making excuses. Well, if only this, and if only that, if this but that. I used to say that to my little grandfather all the time, who would tell me, Ronnie, if and nuts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Quit making excuses. In the time it takes for you to create and execute and verbalize excuses, you could have used the same time and the same energy to actually have done something proactive about changing something in your own life. Secondly, it's time to take full responsibility for your life. Quit making excuses. Quit blaming others. I've already alluded to this. That is a loser's game, to continue to point at everyone else. Yes, all of us have been mistreated. All of us have had people lie about us. All people have spread all sorts of things about us. And if you think you're going to wipe that out, it's never going to happen. Quit blaming others. Assume full responsibility for your life. And then some want to blame the circumstances. If I were only smarter or prettier or lived in another part of the world, or if I had this. Listen, if it's a fact of life, just accept it. I have to shave this face and have shaved this face bearing down on 50 years. And I know when I look in the mirror, there are a lot of people who look a lot better. But that's under the category and the file of just too bad. This is the way it is. Quit blaming others. Quit blaming your circumstances. Quit making excuses. Let me tell you, the real reason isn't because people don't want to listen to you when you go off on those tirades. There's a more powerful reason to quit making excuses, quit blaming others, and quit blaming your circumstances. Because when you do that, you render yourself powerless. You are basically saying, everybody else has power over my life. My circumstances have the power over my life. My parents, all these other people, they have the power, and you render yourself powerless. You have control over your day to day. Make up your mind, find out what God wants you to do, and have unwavering faith that I'm going to accomplish this moment by moment. I'm going to break it down, and I'm moving toward the goals that He has given me. And I understand that you don't get to the goal by being lazy. It takes effort, and it takes massive effort sometimes, and it takes extraordinary effort, but you have to get up and you have to get in the game and live each day as if your life depends on it, because it does. And friend, if you do nothing else today, would you please take full responsibility for your life? You've been listening to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. Words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I trust today that this has been like a vitamin or a supplement for your heart and mind. And wherever you listen or download podcasts, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom and spread the word around? Again, this is Dr. Ron saying to you today, why don't you display unwavering faith in who you are and what you are becoming? And whatever the goals and whatever it is that God has laid on your heart, do it with extraordinary effort. Not tomorrow, not someday, not next week, but do it right now. Again, this is Dr. Ron saying, you're doing better than you think you are, leader. And until next time, have a great and blessed day. Thanks for being with us.